A man held a sniper rifle that only weighed 500 grams. He passed the barrel through the rope he had just tied, and a stable support was ready. Next the man used a 4x scope to aim at a watermelon in the distance. This shot was a bit off target. He took out a screwdriver he had with him, carefully adjusted the 4x scope, then he aimed at the watermelon again, but there was still some deviation this time, so the man took out the screwdriver once more, made a few slight corrections. This time he hit the bullseye dead on. The man was very satisfied. He took out a small explosive round. It was small in size, but packed a powerful punch. He pulled back the bolt, loaded the bullet into the chamber. Then he raised the gun and aimed at the watermelon. The watermelon blew up right away. Jack was a professional hitman. He had received a mission to assassinate the president at the celebration ceremony the next day. To get the weapon into the venue, Jack paid to rent a car, then used a saw to cut off a section of the exhaust pipe, wrapped the disassembled sniper rifle parts in a plastic sheet, and stuffed them into the exhaust pipe. Finally, he welded it back together with an electric welder. After finishing all the preparations, Jack drove towards the border. Soon he reached the border checkpoint. He handed over his passport to the police. Unexpectedly, the police noticed something unusual. He was taken into a room for inspection, but the police couldn't find anything suspicious. Because his gun was hidden in the car's exhaust pipe, they had no choice but to let Jack go. Right after he crossed the border, the police received information that someone was planning to assassinate the president. At this time, Jack had just arrived at the hotel. He immediately contacted his employer. The other party told Jack his identity had been exposed and told him to leave quickly. Jack wasn't about to give up that easily. He went to the place where the president would hold the ceremony, carefully searched for a suitable sniping spot, finally set his sights on a house on the top floor of a building. Jack sneaked in, took the room key, and made a copy using a mold. Then he went to a clothing store, picked out a set of clothes, and bought a few medals to use as a disguise. The next day, the ceremony was about to start. Jack disguised himself as a disabled veteran, limped his way to the venue. A policeman came over and stopped him. After checking his ID, the policeman found no issues, so he let Jack in. Jack went to the house he had found earlier, used the copied key to open the door. Then he removed the disguise of his fake leg, got down on the floor by the window and watched the activity outside. This was indeed an excellent sniping spot. While the president hadn't arrived yet, Jack took apart his crutch, took out the gun parts inside, opened the stock, took out the firing pin. He picked up a chair and placed it on the table, set the sniper rifle on it and waited for the president to arrive. At this time the area outside was full of police officers. Before long the president finally arrived at the venue. The celebration ceremony officially began, and Jack was all set for the assassination. But just then, the police chief suddenly rushed into the crowd, asked the guards on duty earlier if they had seen a disabled veteran. After getting an affirmative answer, they immediately headed to Jack's hiding place. By this time Jack had already aimed at the president. Then he pulled the trigger. Luckily he missed. He quickly reloaded to try again, but the police at the door had already arrived. But his sniper rifle couldn't fire continuously. While he was reloading, he was shot and killed.